Welcome back to the news at 10. The Independent National Electoral Commission has declared Anthony Uche winner in the Etche State Constituency 2 rerun election held on Saturday. The PDP candidate polled 4,162 votes to beat his opponent, Golden Chioma, of the APC, who got 1,618 votes. The electoral body has also declared PDP winner in the Etche Omuma Federal Constituency election on Saturday. Meanwhile, River State Governor Wike has commended security operatives for their conduct during the rerun elections in the local government area, describing it as professional.
For the first time, to commend the security operatives in the state. If they had been doing this way, we wouldn't have been having problems in this state. This is the first election I've seen in my life since this government came that you don't see too much involvement of security operatives. And that is why nobody died. That's why the election went on peacefully. I told the opposition party, because security is not interfering, that's why you can't get one seat. If they were carrying the material as they used to do for you, they would have allocated some seats. So I want to commend them. And I also want to commend INEC for the first time. Because INEC has never done well. At least for the time to see how they can redeem their image. Because the image has been so battered, even the security operatives. I'm sure they must have told them that, look, we don't want any further problem.
Meanwhile, the All Progressives Congress in River State has rejected the results of the rerun election declared by INEC for Etche State Constituency and Etche Omuma Federal Constituency. In a statement, the APC State Chairman in River State, Mr. Davis Ikanya, alleged that the two INEC returning officers in Okeyi had on Saturday declared the election inconclusive. Mr. Ikanya says the returning officers had subsequently announced that the conclusion of the process will take place on Sunday or on Monday. He accused the National Electoral Commissioner in charge, Mrs. May Agbamuchimbu, of ordering the incomplete results be declared despite the earlier declaration by the two returning officers. According to Mr. Ikanya, what INEC did today is a rape on democracy, and the APC will surely resist it with every legal window available to it. Remember the story of Koko, a small community in Delta State where toxic waste was dumped by an Italian company in 1988? Well, that community is crying out again as another incident is said to have occurred in a pit near the waters of the community. Our community report tonight looks at the resurgence of an environmental danger caused by human frailty.
Etche, now you're talking.
Hazardous or toxic waste can be described as substances that pose a threat to public health or the environment. So when the news of the toxic waste dumped by an Italian chemical company in the backyard of an unsuspecting man, Sunday Nana, in the then unknown town of Koko, located in Delta State, broke in 1998, there was a worldwide outcry that prompted the military government at the time to take steps to clear the mess.
Between Nigeria and
a professor of ecosystem health and pollution management at the University of Lagos recounts the incident.
And that reawakened the consciousness of the federal government of Nigeria towards issues pertaining to environment. And that led to the establishment of what the defunct Federal Environmental Protection Agency. And quickly, a policy on the environment, a national policy on the environment was developed. And I still recall that that led to what we call the Harmful Wastes Special Criminal Provisions Act of 1988 also came into play.
29 years later, when the hope that the lessons of that experience would have been learned, Koko is in the news again. for allegedly the same reasons. Allegations have surfaced that this compound in the area, shown on Channel Television's Eyewitness platform, is a dumping ground for hazardous materials. An alarm was raised by concerned citizens who alerted an environmental scientist in Abuja. He speaks on the findings of the tests.
My attention was called. We went there and collected samples. Soil, sample, sludge, slurry, and stormwater. Laboratory analysis was conducted, results released, and it showed clearly that the waste was toxic and even carcinogenic.
Channel Television visited the site and was able to get these shots before the crew was chased out by men suspected to be behind the dumping. The recording shows men working to cover what appears to be thick black sludge.
They are buried without treatment in very large holes in about 4 acres of land. You bury these things, there will be seepation of this radioactive waste, carcinogenic waste, toxic waste into the body of water.
The effect this may have on the health and livelihood of the community is what bothers this resident.
Like the fishes in that place are no longer there. We don't farm anymore because the soil is no more fertile, for crop production.
So now that this environmental can of worms appears to have burst open again, what should the authorities do?
We should move in quickly, do an assessment, follow up in terms of removal and handling and storage, and then do a decontamination of the area. And then naturally we must follow up with some prosecution of whoever is responsible for that act.
For a region that blames foreigners for their pollution woes, the truth must be told. Nothing stops a proposal from being presented. What matters is its acceptance or refusal. And as it stands here in Koko, the residents appear to have chosen to turn a blind eye and tread on a path that may ultimately pollute everything they have.
Etche, now you're talking.
Life has taken a new turn for residents of Upper New Market Road in Onitsha, Anambra State, who have been counting their losses 1 week after a petrol tanker fire razed most of their homes and offices. They're appealing to the state government and other good-spirited Nigerians not to abandon them to their fate.
Scene of the petrol tanker fire incident that destroyed several houses and properties at the Upper New Market Road DMG roundabout in Onitsha, Anambra State. 1 week after, residents of the area are still counting their losses. Many of them have been rendered homeless and some other jobless.
It has not been easy. For someone who has been working in established office, to open up my eyes, just notice that there is no more place to fish or to work.
Somebody carry me, go to their house. Since that time, feeding me, give me clothes, even pin, never to come out that flat.
But it seems relief is here with the visit of these lawmakers from the National Assembly. They have come to ascertain the level of destruction and find possible ways of supporting the affected victims.
What we have to do is to find out what NEMA and all those people that have come here, what they've done, to see what we can do or what we can add to what they've done. So it's important that these people are being taken care of because that is their livelihood. There's nothing they know than this what they are doing.
We have to also call on DPR, whose duty is to monitor and supervise fuel stations, to see what they can do to prevent further occurrence of this kind of disaster. While we condemn what happened, we have to put measures in place to ensure that certain actions shouldn't happen again.
The state government is also taking action as it says it has begun intervention for those affected by the incident.
A lot of arrangement has been made, and very soon a decision will be taken on whether to give them money to go and rent their own place or ask them to go and get the places and all that.
Although all are thankful that no life was lost, there is still the painful memory of properties destroyed by the fire incident. What the authorities should look at from this incident is probably how to make the roads safer and drivers more careful.
Valentine's Day, celebrated on February 14th, is a day many share feelings of goodwill and love through gifts and acts of kindness. Now, a group of artists have joined the party with an exhibition in Lagos to express their thoughts on what the day means to them. Our chief tonight takes a look at the emotions of these artists.
The month of love is spiced up with this exhibition of a variety of works done by the best national and international artists at the Art Nosimata Gallery in Lagos.
Today's exhibition is a reflection on Valentine Day. You see the paintings that are displayed and the display of colors, red, white, indicating love. We are celebrating love today. That's why we decided to use the contemporary arts of European artists to mark the day.
I have looked around and I think it's beautiful, it's awesome. And art itself is not just what you see. Art is about you and me. It's your heart, it's spiritual, it's very deep. People just think you just see artworks and you admire it and that's the end of it. No, it goes further than that.
The colors and the sheer breadth of creativity is enough to keep the audience yearning for more, as artists bring in their different emotions and sensibilities to this hall.
Love is a normal thing that's supposed to happen with every human being. You're not only human being, it's people around you, your nature, everything around you. There should be a love. Most of the work that is displayed here today, speak about the love and peace, which is the important thing we really need, particularly in Nigeria right now. Love is very, very important. Love is when you don't think about the religion, about the cultural background, about any sentimental admiration will not be there. It's something. Peace is something that you don't think about anything about it. Just the love, which is most of the work here. Speak about the love and peace.
The zebra hill there is to indicate the animal life. Just like humanity, they exist like us, and we should accord them the respect they deserve.
Still ahead on the news at 10, Zlatan Ibrahimovic scores dramatic double as Manchester United edged Southampton 3-2 to win the EFL Cup in Positing Wembley final. We'll have more in sports news. Do join us again.